Welcome, everybody. Oh, I see Miles Manning. I see you hiding behind a butterfly bush. I think we're just going to pretend we're ringing a bell. Ring a ding a ding a ding. Oh, you have it.
There you go. More cowbell.
So we want to start by just welcoming you all. We are thrilled to see you here. We're thrilled to be celebrating this moment. One of the things we're most thrilled about is that we have together the town, foundations, banks, volunteers, donors. Together, we have preserved a 6-acre farm. And I'm just going to say I'm biased. I just think it's a beautiful farm. So preserving land, I think we all agree, is important for many reasons, we know. But the additional piece for us is that our mission is to build a stronger local food system for this town. And that starts with access to land. And in order to bring in new farmers, new agribusinesses, new opportunities for us to buy, grow, and be healthier with local food, we need access to land. The farmers need access, and that's the biggest hurdle right now for new farmers getting started. Not in this, yes, in the whole country, but Massachusetts is like #1 for the hardest place for farmers to get access to land because it's so expensive here, and there's so little left on the Cape. So we're saying, let's get our hands on all the land that's left, and let's get it into food production and share that with affordable housing. Absolutely, share it with affordable housing. So when we closed on June 16th, 17th, we received a really beautiful message from one of our volunteers that I want to share with you, because I think this is a message to Farming Falmouth, but it's also a message to all of you who have supported us and come out today to support this celebration. So this is from Matt Daubertine, and he said, "From the bottom of my heart, huge bushels of congratulations to each of you. Life is full of sweet events, but a few stand out as what remains after us as legacy. Land preservation is one of those. The patch represents the start of an effort that benefits but does not take, grows and does not consume. It gives only good to the community for generations." He said, "In a few times that I've felt like I've accomplished something worthy, it has only made me smile and say, what's next?" So we ask ourselves, as we thank all of you and we savor this moment, what's next? We closed on June 17th, thanks to the Compact of Cape Cod Conservation Trust. Are you here? All right, they were on the guest list, but I don't see them yet. Maybe they're still coming. Thanks to the 300 Committee Land Trust and our Agricultural Commission, who are co-holding the conservation restriction on this land, because we put this land into conservation on the day that we closed. And that was due to all of their coordinated efforts making that happen. So it is under preservation now. On July 19th, that's a month and 2 days later, 40 volunteers came and broke ground on the field you see starting right here, a new farm field that starts right behind me, and it is an expansion of our service garden where we grow, last year, 5,000 pounds of food on a 1/4 acre. We grow for donation to the Falmouth Service Center and our Cape and Islands Veterans Outreach. So we are really excited that less than a month from our closing, our volunteers, in a day, you should have seen it. There's a film online that you can find that shows how this happened in a day, and this food will be harvested this fall already for donation. All of this bed. We have begun the process of giving access to land to new farmers. If you've noticed the chicken bus to the right. This is the property of Featherlight Farms, and we are sharing our land with Featherlight Farm so that Jenny can offer more fresh eggs and laying hens to the local food supply. That's farmer number one, and we have plans for more. We're working on a master plan to bring our vision for this agricultural resource to fruition. And we'll be chatting about that with all of you as we walk around and take tours of the farm today. Finally, what's next? We're looking for ways to strengthen our own organization as our responsibilities to the community grow, and they grow with this purchase. 2 years ago, we made a decision to hire a farming manager for the service garden. One of our founding members, Jenny Christian, was an obvious choice because she's a skilled grower and teacher. Jenny, give a shout. Come on up here. And Jenny's assistant is Nina Landau. Nina, raise your hand. So, Jenny and Nina work with the most spectacular volunteers, both growing and teaching at the service center over at Tony Andrews Farm. They also grew the homestead garden that you see behind me to my left that we're using for the food, for education, for community events, a lot of different purposes. And they will continue working with this donation garden here. Now, this year, to strengthen our organization, I would like to announce that Jess Cole has agreed to become our acting executive director. We Jess has been with us for 2 years as a part-time administrator. Her skills and her dedication and her passion for this mission have brought us forward many steps in many ways. We are delighted that Jess can now come on full-time in this new role. I'm going to pass the baton right now to Jess Cole.
Thank you, Ellie. Thank you for that introduction. I'm so grateful to have you by our side for the next 4 years as you continue as our president. And it's a true honor to be stepping into as the acting executive director. To be here today at the Patch is humbling. Over 300 individuals, organizations, foundations, the state of Massachusetts, and the town of Falmouth made this possible. This dream come true, and I'm deeply moved by your generosity and the trust you've given to us in this place. This day is proof of what community can accomplish when we work together. As we celebrate today, we look forward to our next step of developing our master plan, of continuing this land, welcoming new farmers, growing more food, and the opportunity well into the future. We are honored to welcome our special guest, Senator Dylan Fernandez, Thomas Moakley. I think I see David Vieira somewhere back there. Select Boardman Jack Richardson, Colin Reed, Bob Niscali, and I'm not sure, but Heather Goldstone may have said she was going to be here. I don't see her, but she should be here later. We send a special shout out to our community partners. Karen Delaney from the Falmouth Service Center. Will Poirier from the 300 Committee Land Trust. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. And again, as Ellie already mentioned.
Sorry, Mark Robinson is right
Oh, thank you. Mark Robinson, the Cape Cod Conservation Trust. Our Agricultural Commission. And we are so grateful to all of you for believing in our mission and to helping us gain the support from both the state and the town. Of course, none of this could have happened without the heart of Farming Falmouth. Our board, our staff, and our volunteers. I'd like to invite up today to participate in the ribbon cutting our board members Susan Shepard, Kurt Asian, Jennifer Bussum, Vice President Ron Nunes, Development Director Elise DeGroot, and the honor of cutting will be our board member and conservation buyer, Patricia Gadsby. President Ellie Costa. Finally, thank you to each of you here today. And now it's my pleasure to welcome President of the Chamber of Commerce, Michael Kasparian.
Cut it. I want to say a couple of words, okay? Great. Thank you. Thank you, Jess. Thank you very much. Truly an exciting day. You know, we cut a lot of ribbons from the Chamber of Commerce, but this is the first time I think we've ever done a farm, and that's just really good. And I love what Ellie said about sharing the land, because as you know, here in Falmouth, we need land for people to grow food, and we need land for housing, but it's got to be shared. One thing cannot necessarily take a precedent over the other, and we always have to look at the highest and best use. And I think it was last fall when Ron and Sharon Nunes invited Dari and I to come out and tour the property, and we did. And Jenny made this crazy mushroom soup with this fresh bread, and we were walking around and looking at the vision. It was just amazing. And back then you could just see the excitement that Farming Falmouth had for this project. And you know, I think it's one thing that really distinguishes Falmouth from the other 14 towns on Cape Cod is that, you know, Falmouth leads in so many areas. And Falmouth has these nonprofit organizations that are made up by people who really care, right? It's neighbors helping neighbors, and these partnerships, you know, the Falmouth Service Center that's benefiting from this, you know, other people that are benefiting and putting in their time and their energy. And, you know, it's not just talk. When things need to happen in Falmouth, people come together and make it happen, right? Look at, and the 300 committee who's here, look what happened with them. We'd start with 300 acres and look at what they are now, right? So it's really amazing. So to see this happen in such a short period of time is truly remarkable and really heartwarming. And you know, what's good for Falmouth is good for business. It's good for our children. It's good for our retired folks who come here. It's good for everybody. And so thank you so much for what you're doing. And I'm gonna get you guys in line here and we'll cut the ribbon. How's that? Okay. So Susan, I'm gonna put you guys in the middle here. You're gonna be here too, right? Okay, so you're gonna come here, put your right hand on the ribbon. Okay, hold on 1 second.
This guy's a pro.
Okay, did you want another pair of scissors or just one scissors? Okay, so let Ellie come here, okay? And then you put your left foot forward. Put your okay, this way, please, this way. Come on over here. Come on over here. Yeah, okay, pull it. All right, and Kurt's got it. All right, great. So now, anybody wants to take a picture before we cut? Now's a good time. And we can count to 3. Pull it tight.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. There you go. Gotta use the chain. All right, that was an exciting moment. So now I'd like to invite the Reverend Nell Fields to come up and bless this wonderful property here, this farm. So Nell? Yes. Looking. Yeah, we should bless first.
Friends, we are distributing little cups of dirt. It's called grounding, it's called earthing, and I want you to hold this cup of dirt because later, oh thank you, do not drink it, but hold this cup of dirt because later we're going to do the blessing of the dirt. We're going to add this into blessing buckets that will be used on all the farms here as a sign of unity, as a sign of community. I'm happy to have my friend Emma Jo Brennan on the native flute. So let's just listen to her for a moment. We are standing on holy ground, sacred space. We take a moment to recognize the first people who honored this land, the Wampanoag. Throughout human history, communities have held ceremonies to bless the land on which they live and work. Today we do the same. We honor the gift of this land and dedicate this farm to the good work of growing food, building community, and nurturing life. This is sacred space. Please join me in the spirit of prayer. God of many names, we thank you for this most amazing day, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees and a blue, true dream of sky. We thank you for this patch of paradise, living land that connects us to each other and to community. Land that calls us to be caretakers and stewards of the earth. Land that feeds bodies and souls and calls us to something deeper and bigger than ourselves. Today and all days, through every season, we ask for your blessings, your favor, your protection. Bless this land, this farm. May it be a place of abundance and justice and joy. Bless all who work this farm, enriching it with tender care and toil. Bless all who will be fed by its harvest in body and in soul. And bless all who are gathered here. May we be changed by what we see and hear today, so that we too may continue to share our gratitude for the gifts of this farm, the patch. Amen. And now in your hands you are holding soil. The simple act of holding soil is a practice of grounding, earthing. It's a way to reconnect to the planet and its rhythms. I invite you to focus on the handful of earth in your hands. This is the very soil that holds the promise of life. The soil that will grow roots and fruit and grain and green things. As we hold this earth, we hold the hope of what is yet to come. After the blessing of this dirt, we will place our handfuls of earth into one of these blue buckets. These buckets become our blessing bucket. The soil of community carried together, mixed together, blessed together. From here, it will be spread across the farm, section by section by section, to remind us that this land is held not by one person, but by all of us, in trust, in hope, in love. And now for the blessing of the dirt. If you have a free hand and if you feel comfortable, you may hold your hand over your dirt as a sign of blessing. Bless this dirt, O Holy One. Bless the life that will spring forth. Bless all the dreams it holds, the seeds it will nurture, the roots it will strengthen, the rain and sun it will drink. Oh, the possibilities! This dirt and ours, may we grow together into something more beautiful than we could ever imagine. Amen. And now as you add your grounding into the blessing bucket, you're invited to say your own prayer, your own intention, your own words of gratitude, hope for the harvest. My friends, go in peace, go in joy, and go in love. May it be so. Amen. Come forward, for all things are ready.
Thank you, Nell. That was beautiful. We're honored to be joined today by Senator Dylan Fernandez. Senator, thank you for being here and for your ongoing support of Farming Falmouth and our mission. I'd like to invite you to share a few words.
Thanks, Jess. Tough act to follow, but I'm feeling very grounded, and I think I hope everyone else is too. For some of you, I want to shout out Kay Kahn, who's here, state representative from Needham as well, Newton, but lives in Falmouth, which is lovely. As some of you know, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for farming in Falmouth. My family came over for the Azores 4 generations ago. Yeah, shout out to the Portuguese. And settled off Davisville as strawberry farmers. And a couple of generations later, I then got the honor of serving in the Senate for the town of Falmouth, and I was appointed this session to be chairman of the Committee on Agriculture and Fisheries. And in that, thank you, in that position, it is so important that we continue to support farming, food access, sustainability, locally grown, nutritious food here in Falmouth and across this state. And I just want to make a little point and underscore how important this is to be doing this work right now. We've had millions of dollars in cuts to Massachusetts farmers, $12 million cut just this year from farm to school at the federal level, another $20 million cut just in Massachusetts to buy farms like this for sustainable farming in Massachusetts, and then billions of dollars of cuts are coming to SNAP and food assistance and the programs that we need to feed the hungry and vulnerable. And so in Massachusetts, we are going to stand up to that in the face of these federal cuts. We're going to continue to support our farmers, support a healthy food system, and support organizations like Farming Falmouth. They're putting food on the table, good, healthy, nutritious food for those who need it most. So thank you. Thank you for all your incredible work. And Thomas and I brought a citation from the legislature to Farming Falmouth in recognition for your incredible work here in the town and for the ribbon cutting at this property. So thank you. And I'd love to turn over to Thomas Moakley. Do you want to say a couple things?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Thomas Moakley. I'm one of your state representatives here in Falmouth. Just started in January. I know a lot of you, but some of you may not know me so far. I also have the privilege of representing Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket, who I visited last week, the Island Grown Initiative in Sustainable Nantucket, doing similar work. A lot of what our delegation does, and we have a wonderful delegation led by Dylan and Representative David Vieira as well, constantly sort of trying to tell the decision makers in Boston that the Cape and Islands is not just rich people with beach houses. There's so much more to it. We have housing insecurity here. We have food insecurity here. But we also have leaders like Farming Falmouth, like the Falmouth Service Center, the 300 Committee, who are thinking about new and creative ways to build collaborative partnerships that actually have tangible results, which we're standing in today. So thank you to all the donors, all the partners. my partner in the legislature, Dylan Fernandez, along with Representative Vieira. And congratulations, Jess, and all the people affiliated with Falmouth, Farming Falmouth.
Wow, you guys, that's incredible. Thank you, Senator Dylan Fernandez and Thomas Moakley. And welcome everyone. Enjoy our farm at your own pace today, or sign up for a farm tour here at the information station. I'm also excited to announce that we have our first ever membership program that we will be giving special farm days, events, and perks to. And there will be guided conservation walks led by Will Pare starting soon, as well as our educational committee has some wonderful growing together demonstrations at the cob oven. So let's go have some fun and look forward to talking to you.